So, for all you people out there who are on the right side of the aisle or in the middle, um, or even just kind of not in the middle, kind of is, maybe even a little to the left, but won't know what will happen to the economy if Joe Biden's elected again, and you don't want Donald Trump in office again or to run again because of all the baggage that goes along with them. I just want to point something out. All the baggage, it started with the Russiagate stuff and Russia, which was proven to be 100% totally false. And it was 2 years of these lies because it was false. There was nothing there to prove. Therefore, every story that they ran, every time they had somebody on their TV programs to say bad things about Trump, they did absolutely zero corroboration on it. They didn't verify any sources. It was somebody saying something about Donald Trump, just get them out there and put it in the public so we can hurt Donald Trump. And I'm going to use the example, if you go back and do a research, if you don't know it already, if you're in the middle and you didn't catch, because it certainly wasn't played out on normal news, mainstream media stuff, when multiple times, even Joe Biden, I think during one of the debates, said that Donald Trump called white supremacists good people, which was proven to be an absolute lie. It was taken so far out of context it wasn't funny. They play one little sound clip. But if you go back and watch it, and I'll take the 30 seconds here, Donald Trump was saying something about protesting statues. And his mind went to Charlottesville because Charlottesville, the base protest was about the statues and taking them down. So the news media in this news conference, or the presser, Charlottesville, you're defending Charlottesville? No, he says, but I'm talking about the protest. There were people there. There were bad people there. Some white supremacists showed up. Some Antifa showed up. There were bad people on both sides. There are people that were there that weren't part of those bad groups, that were there just to protest, to do the very American thing, and that's almost word for word what he said, and let their voices be heard. They weren't part of the bad groups. There were good people there on both sides. I'm not talking about the white supremacists. So the news cuts it up and says, that one part, there were good people there on both sides. He's calling white supremacists good people. They know it's a lie. They know they were lying. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to use an example. That was an example about Trump. So if I walk up to somebody and say, that guy over there is racist, he called the black guy the N-word, the bad word. Did he really? No, but I want to make sure you think he's a bad person, so I'm going to say he did. But if he didn't actually do it, there's no proof he's a bad guy. Yeah, but I think he's a bad guy, and I want you to think he's a bad guy, so I'm going to lie about him, and he's bad because of my lies. But if he didn't actually do anything to be a bad person, you have no proof he's a bad person. So the whole point is, if Donald Trump was bad, they would be able to go out there and use facts and say he's bad. Here's facts that show it. They have to lie to show he's a bad person, and he's bad because they're lies. And everything from Russia to the whole thing about the church and Secret Service going over and clearing the way for the church was proven to be a lie. You know, it came out later on that wasn't the case. The all good people are all good people and white supremacist good people, a lie. Just the fact there's an absence of actual proof, because if there was proof, trust me, they would put it out there. They have to lie about everything. Everything that has come out of the mouths of liberals for like last 12 years has been an absolute lie. Therefore, Donald Trump is a good person. They can't find anything bad about him to put out there on its own merit and facts. They have to lie. You know, even all the way to the beginning, you know, you go back to where he had was talking about the two big ones in the very start. He was talking about closing the borders because the gangs are coming over the borders and those people are animals. Oh, Trump said those brown people are animals. All brown people are animals. We need to stop the border to keep brown people from coming. No, he said the gangs who are coming in and creating rapes and murders and drugs, bringing drugs and gang life into America were bad people, and he did call them animals, and maybe not the best thing to call any human being an animal, to have respect, and even if those who come from a place in their country and in their life where they don't have any other upbringing or life or knowledge of how things work, that's just the only life they know, but we doesn't mean we want it here. So does Donald Trump maybe not have a little bit of respect for people? Maybe he should, sure, but it doesn't make him a bad person, and certainly doesn't prove any of the stuff the Democrats said over the last 12 years. But that was the first big lie. And then, there was a second big misgiving about the way it was presented. And again, if you have to misrepresent something about grabbing women by their pee, he had said that. He said you could. I'm famous, man. Let me tell you, when you got this much fame, you could go up and just grab a woman by the pee. Well, who doesn't sit there and say, I'm famous, I could do this, I could do that? Hell, there's been liberals that said Joe Biden could go out there and shoot somebody in the streets and they would still vote for him over Trump. Does that mean that Joe Biden went and shot somebody in the street, or that was a liberal thing? No. Donald Trump was just saying, man, I'm so famous, I could do that. And they made such a big deal, like, oh, he actually does this stuff and all that. And it was total bull crap the way that liberals are. You can't be honest. But here's the problem. If you don't want to vote for Trump because of the baggage of the lies that they've created, well, we'll create a bunch of lies and baggage, and then we'll drive people away from voting for Trump. They'll do it to the next one. Go back and look. Literally within 2 hours of John McCain announcing he was running for president, they were on the news calling him a racist. Within 2 hours. Never called him a racist before. Never had a problem with him being racist before. He was never a racist before that. But, oh my God, he's running for Republican? He's a racist. And they'll do it to the next guy. Once they figure out they can get away with it and how they're going to get away with it with Trump, it doesn't matter who is going to fill that position. They're going to do it again. You can't let them get away with it. You stop it now. You tell them their bullshit isn't playing here anymore. We're voting for Trump. F you and your lies. I'm not pointing at anybody back there. It was a little emotional. And just ignore their lies. And again, Trump's bad because of their lies. That means Trump's good by default, by virtue of elimination. If you got to lie about somebody to say they're bad, that means they're not bad. That means Trump is probably the best person in the whole world. Trump is better than all of the liberals out there. Trump is better than every one of these lying fascists on the news, mainstream media news, and some on Fox News. So, there.